Donald Trump's campaign says figuring out how to transfer the family's real estate business to his children is a top priority. In a statement to CBS News, the campaign said, quote, "We are in the process of vetting various structures with the goal of the immediate transfer of management of the Trump Organization and its portfolio of businesses to Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump, as well as a team of highly skilled executives." Julianna Goldman is outside one of those businesses, the Trump International Hotel in Washington. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the Trump Organization is a privately held company that has always answered to Donald Trump and not shareholders. But now that his shareholders are the American people, Trump's massive business portfolio presents unprecedented conflicts of interest.
As a candidate last December, Donald Trump was asked about Turkey's role in the fight against ISIS and began by saying this.
I have a little conflict of interest because I have a major building in Istanbul. And it's a tremendously successful job. It's called Trump Towers.
As president-elect, that concession is all the more striking, given his 59 properties at home and around the world bearing his name. While there are rules to prevent conflicts of interest for government officials, they don't apply to the president and vice president, who have traditionally put investments in a blind trust. Asked about this in January, Trump said he'd tap his children.
So you'll put your assets in a blind trust?
I would put it in a blind trust. Well, I don't know if it's a blind trust if Ivanka, Don, and Eric run it, but is that a blind trust? I don't know. But I would probably have my children run it with my executives, and I wouldn't ever be involved because I wouldn't care about anything but our country, anything.
And now with his children involved in the transition, ethics watchdogs say the setup doesn't wall off the Trump Organization from the Trump administration.
A real blind trust would be one where he picked a third party, independent third party, to manage his investments. He would not know what's going on there.
Larry Noble is the former general counsel at the Federal Election Commission.
What that is just turning your business interests over to people, your family, which is very close to you, which has been involved in your campaign, who you say are your big advisors.
The arrangement doesn't solve conflicts like Trump's relationship with Deutsche Bank, one of his main lenders. According to his financial disclosures, he owes the bank more than $300 million in mortgages. The bank is currently in multi-billion-dollar negotiations with the Justice Department to settle a fine for trading in toxic mortgages in the run-up to the financial crisis. The talks could last into the next administration. Even the tenants in his buildings pose a conflict, like the state-run Chinese bank on the 20th floor of Trump Tower.
I have tenants from China. I have the biggest bank in the world from China paying me rent. 1, 2, 3.
Closer to home, there's the Trump Old Post Office Hotel, where the landlord is the federal government, which Trump will now head.
With the notable exception of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, this is the most coveted piece of real estate in Washington, D.C.
The General Services Administration oversees the land and Trump's lease, and they say they'll be putting a plan in place, but nothing has started yet. Gail, Trump will be appointing the new head of the GSA, and he can renegotiate his lease under certain conditions.
All right. Thank you very much, Julianna.